Hello, welcome everyone. It's Rosalind Warren here with you, and today, if all things work out as planned, we're going to be sharing with Amy, who is one of our founding members in the Sophia Temple. And we all know how technology goes, so we'll see what happens. But I'm here today because it's very exciting. As I put in the description, spring is here, yay! And if you are in the Southern Hemisphere, fall is here, yay! But what this means is that the new astrological year has begun. You know, there's 12 planets in astrology. 90% of us know our sun sign. Remember, back in the day, what's your sign, baby? Yeah, that craziness. But it begins in Aries and runs through Pisces. And so the sun has just gone back into Aries, beginning the new year, and our very first dark moon, which is the day before, the day of, and the day after new moon is the dark moon, and we work with that time period, is on Thursday, the 31st here in America. And that is the official beginning of the next 13 moon cycle. So Sophia Temple, if you're not aware, it is a temple that I was called to found, and we've been playing there for quite a few years. And what we do there is we follow the moon, and I just got a message from Amy. She's getting on the browser. Yay! All right. So we follow the moon, and we follow the nature, Mother Earth. So we use the wheel of life in conjunction with new moons, full moons. We also honor the waning and the waxing moons. Ooh, she's here. Yay. So ask permission to get in and I will let you in. I'm assuming that's how it works. Okay, it says she wants to be in. Approve. Yay! There we are. Cool. So let's give her just a second to get here. It's adding. It's connecting. Yay!
Oh, my hat's on. Let's see. All right, there we go. We're fine. We're great.
Hello.
Hello.
So Amy is, as I said, a founding member of the temple. And this morning I said, I'm going live. I'm going to talk about it because there's a special deal going on. Of course, there always is. And hey, can you pop on? So thank you.
You're welcome.
So I was. Now we can barely hear you.
Yes.
Okay, so you're gonna pump that up. All right.
Hold on.
Okay, so while we're holding on, I'm gonna finish my thought with yes. Go ahead.
Okay.
Let's see how it goes.
Perfect.
Good. Yes. All right. So many of you have the dance journal and you use it. Amy is the past master of dance journaling, and we could be here for about 4 hours while she shares her stories around dance. But in dance, we are bringing all the stuff up that wants to be cleared. We clear it out. We let it go. We have a process to energetically release it. And flotsam. You know how when you dust your house, and it's not 30 minutes later, there's now this little fine little bit of dust back, and you're like, what the what? Well, that happens energetically as well. So the temple is a place where we come together to begin each lunar month on dark moon, and we actually have an energetic alignment where we clear out all of that stuff. We realign our actual DNA, not just etheric and spiritual, but even our physical DNA. It sounds magical, and it is. And so, Amy, I'm going to have you speak to the power of the energetic alignments on dark moon.
What else is there to say? Why
You're
is my child having...
still really, really, really low.
I'm on my phone.
Maybe it's me. Maybe everybody else can hear you fine.
Hold on. Okay, I'm doing a call right now. Can you go sit in the other room and I'll be in like 10 minutes? The dog stole his granola bar. Of course.
Of course.
Can you hear me now? Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll be better. That's perfect. All right.
I don't know what's going on. I've had everything's off. So, it's, you need to run yourself through the laundry. Is what I hear. That's what I'm hearing right now. And every month, every new moon starts a new cycle. So if you're going into the new cycle, dragging a hamper of dirty laundry, the new cycle is not going to be very effective. And so what we do is we gather together and we meditate, and it's like a whole guided experience that Roz takes us through, and we unwind our DNA and we rewind it and we shake off all the stuff that's been holding us back, and we go into this new cycle fresh and polished. That's what I'm
beautiful. And we also touch on the energy that's during that time, because again, every month is another astrological sign. And even though you may be like I am, I'm a sun sign Sagittarius. Amy is a sun sign
Taurus,
yes. And but I'm also, my rising sign is Pisces. And so you're like, oh, well, all I have to pay attention to then would be Sagittarius and Pisces. Well, no. All 12 signs are in your birth chart. So at each new moon, we identify which house in your chart is this energy lighting up, activating. Where will you be paying attention in your chart? Now, I have a lot of people in the temple go, I don't know nothing about astrology. I don't want to know nothing about astrology. That hole is too deep for me. And that's okay. It's just enough so that you understand, this month, we've just come through a couple weeks of really wacky, crazy money stuff. Haven't we?
and it's not done yet,
Yes.
friends.
Not quite done yet. But when you understand, oh, you know how people used to say, oh, it's in the stars. And you used to go, yeah. It's in the stars.
It's literally,
when you just, when you can frame it around, ooh, isn't this interesting? This stuff is just being brought up because there's the energy to tend to it right now. So that's the pieces. Then we have the full energetic piece at full moon. So you've got your new moon begins the cycle. The full moon is actually the middle of the cycle, where you go, okay, am I giving up on all of these wishes and intentions I said at the beginning? Or how am I going to reframe them? How am I going to, now that this 2 weeks has passed, how do I want to finish the month out, bringing these wishes and intentions into full force? So how does all of that work for you, Amy?
How does it work for me? I basically wake up every day and I look and I say, okay, where is the sun today? Because that's the overarching theme of the month. So we're in Aries right now. And it's really interesting because for me, well, let me say this, because this is coming up to be said.
Can you open this a little bit?
Astrology is, excuse me, I'm talking. Holy cow, excuse me, I'm speaking. Okay. Astrology is not as deep of a hole that we tell ourselves it is. We think it's complicated because it sounds complicated because it has all of these crazy terms. Sun sign, moon sign, rising sign, house, conjunction. Funny stuff. Planets, besides the sun and the moon, are playing in the atmosphere. So when we know, like for me, when I realized that Venus and Saturn were playing together, and I went, oh, that is why I feel all of this tension around money and my personal space and my home and everything. Like my house just looks like a bomb went off right now. But just knowing that, like, okay, my Taurus, like my sun sign is in Taurus, and I'm a Libra rising and a Libra moon. So I value beautiful things. I'm ruled by Venus. And then I go, oh, Saturn is doing some funny stuff with Venus. Well, Saturn is hanging out with all of like my personal finances because that's where it just lives for me. And I went, that's why my sewer got backed up. That's why the brakes on my car decided to not only just wear out, but crap out while I was driving my car. And I was like, oh, this is fun. But knowing what's happening up here in really simple terms of just being able to say like, oh, Saturn affects my personal money, my personal resources. Venus is in my house of other people's money. So either I'm spending money or I'm receiving money. But lately, Saturn's like, fix it all up. And I'm like, what? I don't really want to right now. And then to go even broader, like if you were to look at the seasons, so we're coming into spring, and somebody said to me a couple weeks ago, she's like, I know spring is coming because one week all of my clients come in and everybody's angry and everybody wants to fight and everybody's like feeling all of these really intense feelings. She's like, but then the wind blows outside because it's spring and it's drying everything up and it's clearing everything out. And that's so Aries. That's so the month of April. She said, then they come in for their next appointment and everybody that wanted to divorce their spouse, quit their job, sell the house, buy the new house, she's like, everybody came in, they made all these major changes, the wind came through and just cleared them all out, and everybody was happy again, and on we went. And I used to be the person that would push through every season. There was no ebb and flow. Winter, I was on. Spring, I was on. I was probably fighting harder and I didn't realize it. Summer, I was on. I didn't realize that in February and the beginning of March, that's really the time that we're dreaming about planting seeds. And even still, even like we're in Aries right now, I still am feeling a lot of lingering Pisces energy. There's still like, okay, well, I've planted the seeds. I've literally planted the seeds. And now I'm like, okay, come on, hurry up. Let's go. And I have to remind myself, like, just because it's Aries season and it's the start of the growing season, it doesn't mean necessarily that Pisces and the dreamer isn't acting up somewhere else, because especially today, the moon is in Pisces. So you have that little battle going on, but that battle is a gift because it reminds you, slow down, dream, get clear on the dream, then take action. then take action and go do the things. And being in the Sophia Temple has taught me how to live cyclically and rhythmically with the energies of the sun, with the energies of the moon. And I've taken the time, because of the Sophia Temple, to learn my astrology, so it becomes even more potent, because I can say, okay, the sun's here, it's in this house for me, so it's affecting family life, or it's affecting like my reputation, how people perceive me. And the more you take the time to say, okay, it's a new moon in Aries and it's happening in my second house. Okay, it's time for me to take a deep look at my finances. Maybe restructure them, but it's a cleansing. It's going to be a cleansing moon for my money. How do I really want to make money? How do I want to spend money? How do I want to budget? I always receive more than I spend and budget for. That's one of my new affirmations. So that's how I feel about that.
Yes. Yes. And I love it. And it's the idea of basic law of attraction. If you keep doing and thinking and believing what you've always done, thought, and believed, you're going to keep getting what you've always got. And people who aren't quite caught up with this yet, you hear that and you go, that's just craziness, because I don't create my own reality, because I would never create this. And coming to the understanding that we literally do. Every day is a new day. It can be different from yesterday if you have shifted a belief, shifted a thought, which will automatically shift an action. Today will be different from yesterday. But we have proof that if you don't, nothing's going to change. We literally can, those of us, we remember when we stopped and we got this, the many decades before all looked the same. And we could prove that it didn't matter what you did. It was just gonna be the same. But the minute you understand, no, I am not a victim. I have 100% power over my life. It can be for me exactly the way I want it. And you begin turning the ship. Now, lives are kind of more like the ocean liner than a speedboat. So you're going to be a turning of the I'm actually literally doing this with my hands. There's going to be a turning of the ship, not a but think about it. Yeah, there are things in your life that you're like, oh, heck yeah, let's just turn that little booger on a dime. But the mass majority of your life, you don't want to turn it on a complete dime. You want to give all the people in your life that you love an opportunity to catch up with you and keep moving along with you. So it is wonderful, as they did in the Secret. If you've ever seen that movie, you think of an elephant and there it is beside you. Yeah, I'm not real convinced I want an elephant in the middle of my room, right? So this is what we're doing here. And the Sophia Temple, I consider it, because everyone who works with me privately has a membership in the Sophia Temple, because it is our practice ground. It is where we go and plug in. Now, we only meet twice a month for dark moon and full moon. We do meet on each sacred pause, so that's 8 times throughout the year. Our next one will be Beltane, I believe. We just got through with equinox. We practice those, relaxing around. Mother Nature takes a pause, and so we chose to as well. But 24/7, we have our group. We meet in Facebook Messenger. It is an amazing group of empowered, enlightened women. You can drop in, you share your triumphs, you share your, oh my God, this is kicking my butt today. We've had prayer requests. all sorts of support. So Amy, can you speak to how important having this group of women having your back has been for you?
It's a landing spot where you can be like, oh, I'm having this thing come up. Let me just throw it out to the group. Or it's like if we can't catch the new moon and the full moon sessions live, we show up in the group and we share our diamonds, we share our intuitive art, we share what we received. And so it really helps create that container because, as we always say, one of the big things about the Sophia Temple is that even if you're not there live, you're still there. Your energy is still there. Mm-hmm. And so when you go back to the replay, it's still as effective. And Roz, I just want to let you know how infused the Sophia Temple is in our house. I often play it before I go to bed, like especially the new moon. Why is the word not coming to me? The new moon. The meditation.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Drawing a blank. Oh my. And my husband goes, it's real nice hearing Roz's voice at 2 a.m. I'm like, oh, that was just the new moon session.
Yay!
I like to integrate it while I sleep. And he was, oh, you got headphones for that? I was like, I think you were dead.
Well, and we do record every session because with timing, not everyone's available at every time. But what we do is we honor the dark moon, we honor the full moon, and we honor the sacred space. So regardless, we do not have like, oh, okay, so we're always on the Monday before that happened. No. Whatever day, no matter how inconvenient it may be, that's the day we stop and we pause. And it is a pattern interrupt to our modern day, run by the calendar, run by the clock, gotta do this, gotta do that. It is a way of shifting out of that focus. And once you make that shift, you're able to hold all these things that we think are so vital lighter. Yes, we use the clock.
Yeah.
Because we show up at 11:11 or 1:11, depending on whether it's during the week or it's on a Sunday. So we have a time that we're going to show up, but we don't drive it to force our sacred time around the rest of our lives. We allow the rest of our lives to be shaped around our sacred time. And that's part of the difference of the slowing down. And I know if you aren't practicing that yet, you go, are you nuts? I don't have time to slow down. But Amy, I know you specifically can speak to this. The idea of the slower you go, the more you get done.
Yes, and that, it's so true. Especially in the winter. Because as someone who lives a very farming-oriented lifestyle, you get into the winter months and you go, what am I doing? I feel useless. What am I supposed to do with my days? I just went from working and being outside 10 hours a day to now it's dark at 4 o'clock. What do I do with myself? Well, you dream. You dream into the next season. And that dreaming makes the planting season go faster. It makes the harvest season go faster. Not only faster, but easier. And so, hold on one second. Gordy, can you turn that down a little bit? Oh,
we can't hear it.
We can't turn it down. Okay. We're just going to roll with it. Okay. It makes everything flow. It flows faster, it flows easier, there's less hiccups. Okay, thank you. You don't hit the road bumps. You don't hit the resistance. You don't hit the, well, why did that fall apart, or why didn't that seed sprout, or and it's really funny because I'm coming up with this right now in a different area of life, and it's like everybody around me is going, but the calendar, we don't have enough time. Everybody else is already doing their stuff and has it out. And I'm like telling everybody, here we go, rascal, telling everybody around me, it's okay. I'd rather be late to the party and look glamorous because we took the time and flowed it versus being 10 minutes early to the party, but having a wrinkly dress and not having washed my hair and like having raccoon eyes because it's yesterday's makeup. You know what I mean? I would rather slow down the flow, follow the intuitive guidance of Temple, and have it come out better than I ever expected, rather than like being a slave to the calendar, a slave to the clock, a slave to my schedule. Oh, I didn't get that thing done today. That must mean I'm a failure. No, I didn't get it done because it wasn't supposed to get done. And like my seeds, literally my flowers that I was going to start at the first of March, it didn't feel right. It didn't feel right. So I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I started to feel worried, like I was behind the 8 ball. And then my husband comes up to me. He's like, you know, you're not actually going to need to build that whole setup with all of the lights and everything because we now have 12-hour days. Your seeds will be fine. Start them and just let them sit in front of a window. And I was like, you just saved me $100. Probably like $200 between my. And I just looked up and I was like,
yeah,
this does work.
yes. And it builds in this ability to hear your soul, hear guidance, trust that what you're hearing you can move with. So I love that, bringing in the whole flow piece. So we have flowed here with you this morning for almost a half an hour. We said we're going to be concise and do it in 10 minutes. Yeah, well, we know ourselves. So thank you for hanging.
I apologize.
The Sophia, yeah, and I appreciate you coming. The Sophia Temple is back to founders pricing. It is $222 for the entire year, or $22 a month, whichever works best for you. It will, after March 30th, so this like tomorrow, after tomorrow, it does go to $333 a year, or $33 a month. So if you are being called, if you're feeling, I think this is a cool thing, I would love to have that kind of support. You also, when you are a member, you receive a discount in any of my programs that are upcoming. We've got one coming in this quarter here called The Fine Art of Not Giving a Damn. Letting go of people pleasing, and in that program we will heal and strengthen and enliven your second chakra. So you receive a discount for that for being a member. So there's all sorts of little perks on top of all the goodness that is the Sophia Temple. So the invite is in the link in the description, and I would love to have you come and join us. If you have any questions whatsoever, when you get over to that website, there is a link where you can contact me, and I'll be happy to talk to you. You can drop a message here, and you can DM me. So all sorts of ways. It has been our honor and our pleasure and our joy to chat with y'all today about the temple, and we hope to see you there. Thank you, Amy. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful rest of an Aries day in Pisces. Bye. Bye.